Hey everybody, this is Lindsay and we are Infinity System. I'm hoping that now you can hear me because the last video I did not have any sound. I'm very new to YouTube channels, but figuring it out as we go along. And, I don't know much webcams, but I'll learn about it. Anyways, first thing I want to address is there's been some things going on in the DID community that are really damaging for us, and I'm going to get into my views on it. First of all, I personally don't believe in self diagnosis because I got sick in 2013. That's when I realized that something was wrong with me. I had a mental break and I could hear voices talking to me, but they weren't external voices. They were all inside my head. It's almost like a thought. And so I would answer those voices and I was trying to figure out. It was very scary to say the least, and I was hospitalized for 6 weeks. Um they diagnosed me with bipolar at that time. Then in 2014, I had another mental break and I ended up in the hospital again, and I was diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder. I was in the hospital that time for about 7.5 weeks. Um, I have been hospitalized 52 times in the last 7 years. I let's see. I'm trying to think. I apologize. I lost my train of thought. Oh, I've been hospitalized 52 times in the last 7 years. And I got my DID diagnosis in 2014 by a doctor here where I live. And now I fought for from 2014 to 2018 trying to find doctors that would listen to me and believe me. And, it was very difficult for me. I had a couple doctors that were good. I had one for a year and a half. He was okay, but he never really looked at me. He always just typed on his computer, asked the same questions. It was kind of frustrating. But now I have an amazing doctor who's actually written books and has been a psychiatrist for 40 years. And it's so great to finally have a doctor on your side. And this is why I don't believe in self diagnosis, as most people that have DID don't. So I just want to touch on that first. Now, there's someone in the community that is really harming all the work we've been doing over the last few years. And I'm not going to get into that too much because I don't want to start any drama. I just told you how I feel about self diagnosing. And that's really all I'm going to say. There are pros, there are cons, there are signs that she does, there are signs that she doesn't. Who am I to judge? My word on that is go see a doctor. Don't self diagnose. Okay, moving on. I really wanted to come and talk about rapid cycling today. Some things that I do to get through rapid cycling after the 7 years of working with my system as a team, I was hoping maybe they would help you. The first thing I do is this is my watch. It has the day, the date, and the time on it. Because if I'm rapid cycling, I can very easily forget what day, what date, and what time it is. I have OCD also, so I look at my watch religiously and I set times in my head. For example, at 9 o'clock, I'm going to take a bubble bath, take my medicine, and get ready for bed. So I'll watch my clock, and then I usually look at my clock about every 20 minutes. And when it's 9 o'clock, my head says, oh, yeah, we're going to take a bath, we're going to take our medicine, and we're going to go to bed. That's one way to keep up with your system during rapid cycling. Another way that you can really do some things and help with rapid cycling is make spots throughout your house. Again, I have OCD, so this is something I've done my whole life. I have a spot for everything in my house. everything. Like to the point that where if my husband doesn't put my things in my spot, I freak out because I can't find it. I know where everything in my house is. You can ask me anything and I'll tell you exactly where it's at. When I was a little girl, my mom would like go into my bedroom to put clothes away. She wouldn't touch anything. She would walk in, put the clothes away, walk back out. I would come home from school and I would know somebody was in my room. I would go to her and I'd say, "Mom, were you in my room today?" And she said, "Yeah, I was putting clothes in your closet." Just, "Oh, okay." Or she would have a friend over that had a child and the child would be playing with my toys. And I would come in the room and I would say, "Who was in my room?" It's just, I do believe that it's considered a trauma response to be always aware of your surroundings. I know that I've done it my whole life. I don't know about other systems and what they've done, but spots really help a lot. Let's see. What else can help with rapid cycling? Mm, calendars. Calendars are very important. All phones have calendars. Put notes in your calendar, set yourself reminders, make sure they go off with an alarm on them. I do this all the time. Anything simple that I might forget about, call the doctor in the morning, set an alarm, it'll go off all day. And then when it goes off on my phone, it reminds me, hey, I need to do this today. Let's see, what other things do I do? Um, um, Sorry, I'm back. What I just did right there, that was dissociating. It's kind of hard to explain. It's where your mind just goes blank, almost like a daydream. Okay. Well, I don't remember what I was going to say as far as the rest of that goes, but I do hope that this video will help you. And as far as the other situation I mentioned goes, I would say just ignore it. Ignore all of the publicity that is surrounding it. Ignore, just try to stay away from it and stay away from that person because all she's doing is harming our community. All right, guys, this is Lindsay, and I am actually co-con right now with Amanda and Jessica, and we are signing off. We love you. Have a good night.